How cool is this? So I'm making this video so that if you have to do homework because there's snow or a snow day or you're sick, you can access the online resources that you need for your research project. As well as now I don't have to do this in class, so it's a time saver, right? So when you're home and when there's online homework to be completed, you want to go to the Pike School website. You want to hit academics. You want to go to the library. I'm going to go back there. My mouse is kind of funky. Then you go to your resource guides, which is the gift that keeps on giving. 6th grade, Roman Empire. And this gives you tons of information. It hasn't been updated yet. I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but because you're not going to be citing your sources with EasyBib, right? You're going to be using Noodle tools. But this has different tips on how to search for topics, keywords to help you as you search, print resources. You've got the catalog right there and a database. Also, Ms. Spence has curated some websites, and we're going to add more. If you find a website that you really like and you think is helpful, make sure you share that with us, either me, Ms. Spence, or both. We would appreciate it. So here is an example of one of the websites that you can use to take notes from. So here's what was life like in ancient Rome. And it just gives you a little bit of history. How did Rome begin? This feels very manageable for a 6th grader. Feels very manageable for a 4th grader. So you can get your information here and you scroll through all the buttons. You all know this actually, most of this anyway. So I'm encouraging you to stretch yourselves. Ooh, now I'm going to get distracted. No, I won't. I'm encouraging you to stretch yourself and use the more difficult site. And here's why. There is information on this page that can help you. Let's say that you are studying Rome and the idea of empire. Here we are. Let me see. That one looks like it's going to be hard, right? Paradox. What 6th grader knows that? You might, but I'm still confused about paradox. So let's look at the Roman army gallery. Or you know what? I like Romanization, the process of becoming Roman. This is about the people. Well, let's look at it. Why were the conquered populations from northern Britain to the Middle East such willing adopters of Roman ways? Did the process work both ways, and were there dissenters? Dissenters means people who disagreed. So if you're talking about their allies and you're talking about provinces and you're talking about governors and you're talking about people who were being ruled and whether they were happy, don't use that in your paper, or not, this would be the article for you. So then you're going to active read this, and I don't know how to active read on my laptop while doing this, so you're going to have to figure that out on your own, probably pull it into Notability somehow. So there's information in here I think that you can manage. So here's as I'm skimming, another brilliant history skill. Tacitus was a senator as well as a historian, and he was part of the super rich. And he's saying that really rich people who they conquered liked the Roman style of living. And so they shared those qualities of living, and because people all over the empire in the higher classes wanted to be like Romans, it created a more stable or safe empire for the Romans. So fewer people would revolt. All right, so I think you can do this. Here's an idea of becoming a citizen, which is really interesting considering what we're seeing in the news. So try it, try it, give it a shot. The other one, hands-on history, is also good. Now, I know this sounds goofy, but some of these timeliney kinds of things can give you insight into their lives. And then here's a reading list, which I'm definitely going to check out. So another website that we could look at. I would go right to the timeline. I would go and look through here for information all along this timeline. I would also do the search for the empire. I'm going to talk about, if I was going to talk about trade, I'm going to search for trade. And there's all sorts of things in here for trade. So give it your best shot. You're taking notes on notability. You want to ask 3 questions, right? So you're asking 3 questions. Those 3 questions will then form your, not only your notes, but your graphic organizer. And those are your 3 supporting paragraphs. If you choose to write 3 supporting paragraphs, Mr. Cobbla and I have decided that you only need to write 2. However, this is challenged by choice. Most of you can write 3 supporting paragraphs because, newsflash, it's easy, especially when you use the note-taking system and the graphic organizer that you're going to be using, which I will share later on a different video.